Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. In this video I put together a list of top Jefferson nickels to be on the lookout for from the years 1950 until 1959. Now the 1950s, it's kind of a neglected year as far as coin collectors goes for the Jefferson nickels. Pcgs has a nice list of top coins to look for, but it's a modern coin list that starts in 1965. So you won't find any of these coins on that list, so I decided to put together a list of my very own. And in that list, we're going to start off with talking about two different error coins, and then we'll get into three low mintage, high grade coins that are going to be worth a lot of money. But before we get into that, if you've been enjoying these videos, please do subscribe to the channel. If you have any recommendations for me, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I don't reply to most of the comments just because I'm tight on time. I'd rather put time into making these videos and researching these videos rather than replying to comments. But I do read the comments and take those into consideration. That's why I've got a better mic now and some better felt backgrounds to use because people let me know in the comment section that the old ones I were using weren't really up to the standards that I should have. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with talking about a error coin. It's the 1954 and the 1955 repunched mint mark. Now what's interesting about these two repunched mint marks is the 1954 San Francisco mint, there's a S over D mint mark, and the 1955 there's a D over S mint mark. So not only did they repunch the mint mark, but they repunched the mint mark with a completely different mint mark. I'm not sure exactly how that would happen. Maybe they punched it at one mint and then shipped it over to the other mint to punch the remainder of the coin. I think at this time they were just punching the mint marks separately from the entire other section of the die. So they would punch the die first that had all the other designs and then punch the mint mark separately. So that's why you see such variety in the mint marks from, I believe it was around pre-1980s or so when they were repunching the mint marks separately from the regular dies. But they've changed that now, so they do all of the design as one. But in the 1954, we've got the S over D. So at a mint state 65, that's worth $100. And for the 1955 D over S, that's going to be a mint state 65 worth $95. Now those two prices come to you from the Cherry Picker's Guide. This is the 6th edition, volume 1, which has the nickels included in it. And a description of that 1955 D over S. A D mint mark was punched over an S mint mark. The top curve of the S is visible slightly to the north of the D. That probably occurred as a production ceased in San Francisco and the remaining unusable reverse dies were repunched in Philadelphia. So that could be the case, but let's get on to that next one. The next one in my list, number 2 in the list, is also a error coin, and it's 2 years in particular. It's the 1956 Philadelphia and the 1957 proof coin, because both of those have quadruple die errors. The 1956 is a quadruple die reverse at a mint state 65 worth $100, and that's described as the following. The reverse die is at least quadrupled, which is the most evident on the O in Monticello and the lower portions of the letters United States of America in E pluribus unum. And the 1957 proof coin, PF65 graded coin, is going to be worth $100 as well. It's got a similar description. There's quadruple lettering. This time it's focused on the 1957 and on Liberty. So if you take your coin, when you're going through these 1950 Jefferson nickels and you zoom in on it, if you've got a microscope, it's very helpful for looking for double dies, triple dies, quadruple dies. I've never heard of anything more than a quadruple die. But if you look, for instance, this one is doubling on the Monticello for 1956. So if you zoomed in on the O in Monticello and you saw kind of 4 rings going around, that would indicate that it could be a quadruple. It probably is a quadruple die. Now the remaining 3 coins that I want to talk about are just some super valuable coins graded a mint state 67 full steps designation. Now the full steps designation relates to the steps in the Monticello. Now if you've got a coin that to be graded to full steps, you would need to see between kind of, I think it's 5 to 7 different steps right here. The problem is that most of the coins out there won't have that designation. Like this one right here, it has pretty much no steps. You can't see any lines going across there. The reason for that is the die that they used to punch this, it had the steps on it, but that would get worn out the more coins they hit. So if you've got that full steps designation, that means that it was made kind of at the beginning of the production run for that particular die that they were using. So that's a good sign. If you see those full steps, it could be worth a lot of money. So let's run through 3 of those coins that are going to be valued quite highly. We've got the 1954 San Francisco Mint. Pcgs has graded just one of those at a FS 67, and that has a price guide of $40,000. So quite a lot for that particular one. Now, that has never sold at auction. Pcgs has graded a mint state 66 that sold at auction in May 2018, so very recently, for $30,550. That's a mint state 66, so the mint state 67 is going to be worth even more. The other 2 super valuable, there's the 1953 Denver Mint FS 67 as well. That one of those has sold at auction. It sold at auction in 2016 January Heritage auction for $15,275, and PCGS has only graded one of those at that MS 67 full steps. And the third and final year is the mint state 1955 full steps designation from the Philadelphia Mint. PCGS has graded just one of those at a mint state 67, and it has not sold at auction. So to recap those 3 key date years for the mint state 67s with the full steps designation that are going to be worth upwards of $15,000. 1954 San Francisco Mint, 1953 Denver Mint, and 1955 Philadelphia. All right, so that will wrap it up today. Hopefully you enjoyed this top 5 list. I just listed those 3 valuable ones just based on the mint state 67 full steps designation. The 2 others that were included in this list were the S over D mint mark, the D over S mint mark, kind of group that as one, and the 1956 and 1957 quadruple die coins. All right, everyone, if you enjoyed this video, please check out some of my other videos on the channel. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Enjoy, and best of luck coin collecting. Have a great one, everyone.